you actually start from the start?
Do you want me to start all over again?
Yeah, if you could answer Councillor Cardinal's question
Yes.
from the start, please.
I will. Councillor Cartmel, the two grants that we won allow us to deliver direct programming to local companies that are going to participate in delivering these challenges. So we have a set of programs that we're developing to support these companies through the entire process, considering bidding on challenges, bidding on them, winning, delivering their IP on city-owned assets. So that's the first component. The second is these grants allow us to create a challenge platform. This platform allows the city to issue challenges around key priorities. It allows the companies to submit and allows the adjudication committee to review and assess and evaluate and pick the best IP to deliver on the city challenges. These grants do not allow us to directly finance the startups and scale-ups that are participating. In other words, it's not a fund, it's a project.
Okay, so thank you, that's helpful. And understanding it doesn't flow through into direct subsidy of anybody specifically, or like to an entrepreneur specifically. Is there an opportunity out of that then that someone that is responding to a city challenge gets some sort of a procurement award that they can then prove the concept or deliver a product to say the city of Edmonton that goes on to their corporate resume?
Well, that's what excited us about the EDGE Fund, because it seems on a read of that document that those companies would be eligible for that funding.
Mm-hmm. But is there a procurement opportunity? Like you said, something about the city challenges or responding to city challenges and coming up with ideas to respond to those challenges. Does that result in the city retaining those companies to solve a particular problem and contribute to their bottom line, contribute to their corporate resume?
This is a procurement experiment. So in this initial capital city pilots phase, there's no money changing hands from the city to the participating companies. What the companies get out of it is the due diligence, the case studies, the models of excellence, the support from Edmonton Unlimited, and an opportunity to participate in accelerators and other things that will connect them to global markets.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Sorry for the trouble.
Thank you, Councillor Cardinal. Councillor Rice.
Thank you, Mayor Sohi, and thank you to stay for this late answer our questions. The first question I would like to have better understanding and from mandates, this Edmonton Union, not Union, Unlimited. Unlimited mandates. What's the difference between your mandates and from Edmonton Global? I ask this question because I heard some comments from constituents talk about the overlap mandates.
Yes.
And between a few organizations in Edmonton.
Yeah, so, I like the way that the city has structured the three agencies, Explore Edmonton, Edmonton Global, and Edmonton Unlimited, because we are a Venn diagram, but there's not too much overlap. The way I would describe the difference in our mandates is Edmonton Global is squarely focused on foreign direct investment. What they try and do is to land headquarters from other jurisdictions into Edmonton. The role we play in their equation is the innovation layer. So we will attend meetings and support their initiatives for FDI by illuminating local innovation so they can see our ecosystem in action, that we're a cluster, that we have this young, vibrant startup and scale-up community, because we know that that lands companies. But that's not the only thing that lands companies. So they do many other things to, get a CEO to sign and set up in Edmonton. Our mandate is to create that innovation mesh or fabric all across the city and to support innovators of all kinds.
Thank you. So from that perspective, what is the specific, I know you list a lot of tangible outputs and achievements, but what is specific the key tangible impact and for our city and Edmontonians?
Well, number one, it's this robust community of interlinked innovators who get the advantages of direct programming. So 60% of our funding goes to supporting companies along their entrepreneurial journey. Those companies then go on to employ people, to occupy offices downtown, to participate as consumers in our society, and to help and contribute and give back. As we've identified, 60% of everyone in our programs identifies as tackling a global challenge. This means that their opportunities are significant. That's where the international markets are, and that's where investors want to put their capital. So we are growing a city of innovation that's attached to these permacrisis points that you've all been talking about so eloquently today. The climate emergency, public health, food security, water safety, houselessness. In fact, one of our accelerators that we fund with your $5 million accelerator fund is the Community Safety and Wellness Accelerator. And they support startups that are focused on things like addressing domestic violence, the drug poisoning crisis, houselessness, and more. So our programs are designed to support companies that want to have an impact, and specifically to have an impact here.
Okay, and so the $5 million per year, and then that's regular $5 million is for operating needs to support the operation, right? And for the organization.
Correct, yes.
So in 2021, the additional one-time funding of $5 million and from city as well. So can you tell me a little bit more about what's the results for that additional $5 million and then funding city provided in 2021?
Okay, so that funding allowed us to participate in a consortium of funders, the province and Prairies Can at the federal level, to attract and retain, in our case, 3 Silicon Valley accelerators who came to Edmonton and set up shop here. And each of those accelerators runs different program streams, and those programs are all free for local entrepreneurs. And in turn, they're connected to these global networks for international sales and investment. So those programs have been up and running for a year, and we will be able actually to release the data publicly, because we're under non-disclosure from Alberta Innovates. Next week, you will see our first year's results.
Thank you. That's my question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rice. First of all, congratulations on actually leveraging other sources of funding. I think you were able to, that's close to $10 million from federal, provincial, and partner funding. So
11.9.
11.9.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. And also, congratulations for the kickoff for the startup week. That was pretty successful, and you engaged a lot of people, and just want to congratulate you on that. A couple of questions, just following up on Councillor Rice's question. These global challenges that we're facing, from food security to climate change, how do you position Edmonton companies to provide those solutions, not only locally but also at a global level?
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts actually very early in our earliest startup programs. When people come to us with ideas, we call that the early founder ideation stage. And we really dig into what is the impact that you want to have. Like, this is going to be your life for the next 5, 10, 20 years. You're going to be working on this nonstop. What is your higher purpose? What is the impact you want to have? And they very quickly realize that the passion that they're kind of leaning into has a wider opportunity. And so we connect them right away to solutions in their competitive space, the needs of other markets around the world, what drives ESG investing, and they get really excited. And then as they go through the programs, the way they express what they're making and what they're pitching really aligns to these challenges. And it turns out to be a really good pitch point for our city, because other cities are just pitching on verticals. Like, I don't know, we're a mini Silicon Valley, but anyone could say that. Whereas we say we're a city of innovators aligned to global challenges.
Can you share an example of an entrepreneur or company that is helping with these world challenges?
Yes, absolutely. One that springs to mind is Growing Greener Innovations. It's a battery company founded by a female entrepreneur, Connie Stacy. And yes, you're nodding, you know her. And her mission for her company is to end energy poverty for good. And she is really successful. She's supporting, clients in many other jurisdictions now, and she's a homegrown Edmonton success story. In fact, we use her battery in our Edmonton Unlimited signs that you'll see in Rogers Arena or in the airport or in the mall.
That's great, and she's amazing.
And she's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. She is. No, thank you so much, and keep up the good work, and look forward to next update, right? And all the best. Councillor Rutherford, go ahead.
I was just on the board to move the recommendation to accept for information.
Okay, all right.
Just to say, definitely still have some questions in terms of budget and due diligence, but that to me is for the 30th of this month. But I'm very excited when I hear about all the innovation and all of the ways that we're incubating. I hate the word incubating, though, I have to say. It's a bit creepy. Bringing people together to have those ideas come to life. I get excited every day. So thank you so much, and look forward to continuing this dialogue on the 30th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Rutherford. So we have motion on the floor. Please vote.
We have all the votes.
Display the votes, please. That is carried. And thank you so much for sticking around. I hope that this doesn't discourage any of you from running for office or someone have already done for the office who is there, right? So
you should have said that when the youth were still here.
Yeah, I don't want to discourage them. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so that deals with 7.2, 7.3 we dealt with. We have about 18 minutes. 7.6 is dealt with. We have a bylaw 20317, designate St. Luke Anglican Church. That's Councillor Rice. How many questions you have on that, Councillor Rice?
Not too many.
So why don't we bring that forward and deal with it? How's that? Then we will go back to 7.4.
I'll move that we bring 7.5 forward.
Okay, please vote. Please vote.
Just waiting on one vote.
Let's vote again.
Oh, yeah, voted.
Everyone voted.
Okay. Okay, we have all the votes.
It's all gather votes. Please display the votes. That is carried. Okay. Councillor Rice, questions on bylaw 20317. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Sohi. So the first question is about the general calculation method. So what is, how we calculate the piece, the portion of the funding we have to provide to the owners? Do we have a standardized formula for that, or is case by case?
Yeah, Councillor Rice, it's determined case by case. There are certain improvements that are eligible for heritage and certain that are not. For example, roofs and windows and structural elements are eligible for heritage funding. And the formula is 50% up to certain limits. So yes, there is a formula, but then we have to work with the individual owners on a case-by-case basis.
But we have cap.
Exactly.
Okay.
For commercial institutional uses like this, it's 500,000 is our cap in 50% matching dollars, and so this one is much less. It's only around 50,000.
Okay, very good. And specific for the Heritage Resource Reserve, is this reserve, where is the funding source to fill out this reserve? Is it from tax levy or from different funding resource?
Yes, it's tax levy. It's $2.3 million on an annual basis at the present time.
$2.3 million on an annual basis.
Correct.
And so that is from our tax revenue.
Correct.
Okay. So so this funding and for this piece is from 2019 to 22 budget cycle or from new budget cycle?
If your question is the funding.
The funding to the owner is from old previous budget cycle, is not from 2023.
Correct.
So right now, and for our Heritage Resources Reserve, so how much funding available remaining and in that reserve?
Yeah, we track with our finance partners. We track the reserve on a quarterly basis. The current projection is that reserve will be at $4.5 million at the end of this year, and then it will decline to there's a bubble essentially because of the pandemic with work not having been done, but we project the reserve to decline to $1.3 million at the end of next year, so end of 2023, and half a million dollars by the end of 2024. So the bubble will be used up.
Will be used up for the next year, and then from 4.5 to 1.3, something like that.
Yes, as of next year is our projection.
So that means we have the inventory and many requests and for this reserve.
Yeah, requests that also includes designations that have already happened, where council has approved the designation and the work just is getting done over a period of time.
Okay, that is my question. I'm happy to move.
Go ahead, Councillor.
So I move this bylaw and for the first reading. Is it ready for? No, I move to. Recommend this. Yes, that is different. Recommend it to the council and for the 3 readings.
Yeah, for the appropriate number of readings. Okay, got it. So we have a motion on the floor. Please vote.
We have all the votes.
Display the votes, please. That is carried. Okay, we are chugging along. Our last item is climate and resilient mitigation priority projects. We are back to that. This was exempted by Councillor Knack. We had a presentation from administration, done with speakers. Now questions to the administration.
Wait as we make sure that we can get them back online.
They thought we wouldn't finish it, the agenda.
To be clear, I don't have questions.
Anyone has questions on it?
I didn't have questions because.
I was just gonna move, like, because this was.
Move the recommendation. Councillor Rutherford, you want to move the recommendation?
Sure, I move receipt of information of item 7.4. And just to do a short introduction,
Go ahead, Councillor Rutherford.
I found this report very enlightening, very insightful. It was timed well in terms of as we go into budget and some of the things that I know I'll be considering going into budget. So just for anybody in urban planning and economy that's listening right
Yeah,
now.
Kent is there. Kent and Ira is
Okay,
there,
there
yeah.
we go. I really appreciate this report and the information contained within, and definitely appreciate all the work that's been happening leading up to this and continuing around climate action and mitigation. Yeah.
Made the
Oh
introduction.
yeah, I was closing.
No
kind of.
worries.
Yes,
No, I
sorry.
got distracted too.
Anyway,
Now we have
yes.
I was waiting for administration to come there. Here now two questions. Councillor Stevenson, questions to administration. Yeah.
Go.
No, don't apologize. This is going to be a lightning round. No, really, I agree. Really appreciated the information brought forward. I did have a few questions. Well, yeah, maybe the most pertinent one is just, it notes the resilient food systems. It notes in the report that there was none identified for the budget cycle. But I was just wondering how that relates to the Urban Farms and Gardens unfunded service package. Like if that unfunded service package could potentially contribute to the resilient food systems?
Councillor, yes. The short answer is yes, it could.
Okay, great. And then similarly, urban forest management. Again, I think there was sort of none identified. I see that urban forest maybe having the most relevancy for the, making a more, this is not the right term, but like heat wave resilient community. So again, just wanting to confirm that the urban forest management unfunded packages would also help contribute to these goals.
Yes, short answer is yes. It supports nature-based solutions. It supports both energy transition as well as our changing ecosystem work under the adaptation.
Great. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate the report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councillor Stevenson. Councillor Rice.
Thank you, Mayor Sohi. Just some financial implication questions. So report indicated the detailed cost assessment is not done yet. Right now, the requirement for the financial support is $60 million, that equal to 3.5% tax increase and during 2023-26. So how did this $60 million calculated if the detailed cost assessment has not done yet?
Yes, Councillor. So we are able to estimate certain parts of implementation or implementation of certain parts of the strategy based off of where we are. And so that's what has been brought forward as the unfunded packages. For example, we believe our estimates are sufficient for the next 4 years in terms of the program or the capital package related to upgrading city infrastructure, but we still need to understand what the longer term 20-30 year program would look like.
Is that safe to say if this $60 million approved from unfunded service package, and then our tax increase will be from 3.9 plus 3.5. So is that correct?
I'm not sure if we have someone on from finance online who can better answer that question.
I know, I said if it's funded, and then it's funded, that means will add up to the proposed property
If
tax.
it's funded,
Yeah.
I think 1% tax levy generates about $18 million.
Yeah, it's 3.5% right
so
now.
it'll be 3.5%.
Yeah, so 3.5 plus 3.9 is 7.4.
3.9 being proposed.
Plus,
Okay,
yeah.
roughly, yeah.
7 point. So my last question is about, and this question actually I ask on behalf of many of my constituents, and does city have the capacity to implement two strategy at this moment? So is there any plan B, and could be look into this strategy, because right now there are two strategies in place. If we're implementing two strategies at the same time, and do we have that financial capacity? Also, do we have that personnel capacity and in-house?
So Councillor Rice, Kent Snyder speaking here. It's a great question, and all communities around the world are struggling with that as well. Of how do we realize transformational change when we look at climate change and switching our energy systems, and as well hardening our communities so we're more resilient to that climate change. That's a really big challenge, and you are correct that capacity is an issue for everyone. But what we're trying to signal here is that regardless of capacity, there's things we can do, and there's things we are doing, and we do need to strive for progress. Perhaps we don't have the funds at the current time to go as far as we like, but that doesn't negate that we do have a big challenge in front of us to manage.
Okay, that's all my question. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you, Councillor Rice. I want to follow up on the question that I asked one of the speakers, and I'm trying to grapple with this issue of intersectionality, right? I still don't understand it completely, but at an emotional level, I do get it, that there are impacts on certain groups more of climate change than others. Some can adapt better to the impact of climate change than the others, right? So how do we apply that in the local context? One example was where we plant trees, for example, right? So I don't know if that's for Chandra. Is it Chandra or Chandra?
It really doesn't matter to me, but I pronounce it with a sh.
Chandra, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Chandra, or to Kent. I know. Help me understand that better.
Yeah, I would say we are still trying to learn and understand that ourselves. So one of the projects we're working on right now is mapping out what the vulnerability and risks are at a neighborhood level, and the capacity, the resilience, or that adaptive capacity really depends on a lot of things that we're learning about too. Whether it's your income. So low and fixed income people, they are more disproportionately impacted by climate change because of that financial capacity piece. And then we're also doing research. We've actually completed the research with the University of Alberta to help us understand how climate change is impacting newcomers as well as our more senior population. And again, those groups will experience the impacts of climate change more. And so I think it is a lens that we have to apply to the work that we do. And so part of this mapping of the different neighborhoods would help us know maybe what types of interventions are needed at a more localized level.
So, for example, the people who are unsheltered, they are impacted by climate change more because of the changing climate. You have freeze and thaw situation, you have heat waves, and how do we kind of connect the work we are doing in the housing area to climate change in that way? That's kind of trying to understand the connecting all these different dots together.
Yeah, I think the short answer here is that climate change is a risk amplifier. So where we have resilience issues, whether they're social or infrastructure today, climate change is going to amplify that or magnify that. So it's adding additional pressures to where there are already stresses in our social or economic or infrastructure systems.
Yeah, no, thank you. Would love to learn more about this as we get on this journey of finding these connectedness of all these issues that we are grappling with. No, thank you so much for your work. Really look forward to the budget discussion. Tough conversation, but we need to figure out a way to move forward on these important priorities of communities. Thank you. All right, so that concludes the questions to administration. We have a motion on the floor, and Councillor Rutherford already spoke to it in her introduction, right? So that's okay. So it works. So let's vote on it. Sorry. Okay, please vote.
We're all familiar this entire.
We have all the votes.
Display the votes, please. Yeah. That is carried. Where are we? Unfinished business. Sorry. Response to council inquiries, none. Private reports, none. Motions pending, none. Notice of motions and motions without customary notice, because this notice of motion arose out of the existing report that we discussed, so there's no notice was required. So go ahead, Councillor Stevenson. Make are you making giving a notice of motion, or you want to make a subsequent? You can make a subsequent if you want to.
No, subsequent will be too long because I have many questions.
Okay,
And then I didn't get a
let's give a
chance.
notice then.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask
No
those
worries.
questions.
Okay.
and-
Good point.
Yeah. So I will give notice to my colleagues that at the January 18th Executive Committee meeting, I will move that administration work with Homer Trust Edmonton to understand lessons learned from their implementation of Edmonton's plan to prevent and end homelessness, and to incorporate these lessons learned into the city's affordable housing strategy, which is due Q4 2023. And that administration, in collaboration with Homer Trust Edmonton, report upon the implementation of Edmonton's plan to prevent and end homelessness, also due in Q4 2023.
Okay, good. Councillor Rice, good. All right. So we have notice given. Any other notice of motions? I see none. We are adjourned at 5 o'clock.